All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back. We haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm looking forward to doing this in class today. So for class today, we are going to study 5 different African civilizations. And unfortunately, this is really the only time we are going to have to talk about these places, which is too bad because each of these are very unique and interesting, but we are in a time crunch. Okay, so as we go through, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to remember what's going on where. Okay, when we come back from lunch, we're going to do some mapping activities. Okay, because we need to be familiar with this map. Okay, so we're going to study 3 civilizations in West Africa and 2 civilizations in East Africa. Now, the Western African civilizations, they're all pretty much in the same spot. Each one is going to conquer the next, or the previous one. There's going to be one Eastern civilization in Northern Africa and one Eastern civilization in South Africa. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, in East Africa, we have Aksum in Zimbabwe, and we're going to get started. Okay, so this can be spelled both ways, but we say it Aksum. Okay, so on your notes, I want you to write down Aksum, and then we will write down everything underneath of it so that when you're looking through your notes, you can just flip to each different civilization. Okay, so the location of Aksum is right here, and it's located on the Red Sea, and the Nile River is right through here. Okay, so they have water on both sides, and today it's Ethiopia. Okay. Now, being located on the Red Sea and right along the Nile, they're going to be very, very good at trading, okay? Because people would come on a water route from the Indian Ocean and up the Red Sea, and the people of Aksum would trade the goods with them. For religion, their early religion was animism, and that's like a lot of the early polytheistic religions that we have studied. So in your vocabulary, you can write that animism is the belief that spirits are present in animals, plants, and other natural objects. They're going to export products like gold, salt, and ivory. Okay? To export means that's what they're going to trade. Those are the goods that they are going to trade. And the reason why they trade salt, gold, and ivory is because that is what is found naturally in this part of the world. For example, ivory. You get ivory from an elephant's tusks. Elephants aren't just roaming around everywhere, right? So they're not going to be found in other parts of the world, okay? Now, things that they would be getting traded to them or imports are going to be cloth to make clothes and iron, which is a different type of metal. All right, so salt is going out, gold is going out, ivory is going out, and textiles or cloth and iron is coming in. I know you like those graphics. So during this time, missionaries are going to spread Christianity along trade routes. And if you think about, if we go back to this map, if Christianity is going to start right here, it's going to make sense that it's going to spread and reach Aksum. Their architecture was advanced compared to many African kingdoms. What you see here is that different kings would have these built in their honor, and it would list all of the accomplishments of the kings all the way up. Okay, this is probably about 100 feet high. Now, their power is going to decline or get weaker when Islam spreads to Africa. Okay, so that's basically Aksum, and that's how quick we're going to go. The next 3 places are Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. Now, the order of our civilizations, we just did Aksum. Now we're going to do Ghana. Then we're going to do Mali. And then we're going to do Songhai. And then we're going to end with Zimbabwe. If you paid attention, those go in alphabetical order, right? A, Aksum. G, Ghana. B, Mali. S, Songhai. Z, Zimbabwe. They are in alphabetical order, okay? So that means when you can't remember, oh, who conquered the Mali Empire, all you have to do is think, oh, it was the Songhai because they come next. Okay, so that is a great trick to kind of keep these in order. Just in your vocabulary section, please write the definition of a caravan down. A caravan is a group of people traveling together for protection. Now, they're going to be traveling across the Sahara Desert. And the Sahara Desert is about as big as the United States. And there's not a whole lot around as you see there, and not a whole lot of water. So you had to travel in a group to protect yourselves from barbarians and invaders and just the elements around them. All right, let's get into Ghana here. So the Empire of Ghana was located near the Niger River. Okay, we're going to do a map, and the Niger River is basically going to go like this. Okay, there's going to be another river right here, the Senegal River, that's going to kind of curl in right there. Or, I'm sorry, like right there. Okay, so they're going to be very strategically located between two major rivers. The most important trade city is called Timbuktu. Okay, but Timbuktu is not really going to be a thing until we get into the next civilization, which is Mali. Okay, with Ghana, they're going to trade salt and gold and ivory because, again, this is what is available in this part of the world. Okay, Islamic missionaries. Right? So these are a lot of vocab words, right? Islamic missionaries are going to travel with the caravans, and they're going to convert some of the kings of Ghana. So even though today Ghana is mostly a Christian country, not all, but mostly a Christian country, they do have roots about 1,000 years ago for Islam, okay? Because Islam is totally spreading across North Africa. The spread of Islam increased learning and trade. And the people of Ghana are going to have universities, libraries, mosques, place of worship. Okay? Now, they're going to be taken over by the Mali Empire. Okay? So this is our next one. And unfortunately, I would love to spend way more time talking about Ghana and Aksum and Mali and Songhai and Zimbabwe. We just don't have enough time. So the Kingdom of Mali is going to replace Ghana as the major power in Western Africa around 1235 AD. Okay, so you can see this map. Do you remember when I said that Ghana, Mali, Songhai are all going to be kind of in the same area? You can see from this map. So pause this and look at that map. Mali is now going to control the salt and gold trade. This is a very famous map. We'll look at this after lunch, okay? But right here is a depiction of a very famous Mali king. His name was Mansa Musa. And he is believed to be the richest man ever because he controlled the salt and gold trade in Western Africa. So King Mansa Musa is going to travel to Mecca on Hajj. He is going to be Muslim. And when he gets back, he is going to order the people to become Muslim. And he's going to build madrasas and universities and libraries. And Timbuktu is going to be a center of learning. People are going to travel from all over the world to attend universities in Timbuktu. Okay, but like I said, he is believed to be the richest man ever. And we looked up in one of my other classes how much money he had, and historians can't even put a number on it. That's how big it was. We'll watch a video about Mansa Musa, just a quick 5-minute one to tell you about him. He's very interesting. The cities of Timbuktu and next door Gao became the centers of trade and had large universities. So this is an Islamic mosque in Mali. It's a photograph. It's still there today. Now, this might look different than mosques that we have learned about, right, in different parts of the world, but the purpose is still the same. They're just building with what materials they have available. All right, the Songhai Empire. The final strong empire in Western Africa is going to be the Songhai. Now the Songhai Empire controls the trans-Saharan trade of salt and gold. Okay, so they are going to kind of take over Mali. The Songhai continued with the advanced learning that Mansa Musa brought from the Muslims. So all of these places, these are rich centers of trade and learning. There's a lot of money in this area. The way that they're going to be defeated is that they are kind of the last stop on the trade route. So they're going to be taken over by the Moroccans, and the Moroccans are going to win because the Moroccans are going to get gunpowder. So the Moroccans are going to go to Songhai with guns, and the people in Songhai have swords. So the Moroccans are going to defeat them. Finally, we have Zimbabwe. Now, Zimbabwe is in Southeast Africa, near the Zambezi and the Limpopo River. Okay, so this is the Zambezi, right? Z for Zambezi goes with Z for Zimbabwe. It's very Zambezi to remember. Ha ha ha. And then the Limpopo River right here. And so Zimbabwe is squeezed right in between those two rivers. Now, we don't know a lot about Zimbabwe because it wasn't rediscovered until the 1800s. So we're not 100% sure what happened. Historians think that they kept farming the same land over and over, and that they couldn't grow crops anymore, so people started starving. So these are some of the ruins of Great Zimbabwe. Okay, so the capital city is called Great Zimbabwe. Very easy to remember. Z Zimbabwe, Great Zimbabwe on the Zambezi River. All right, we'll do some of these questions when we get back from lunch, and we'll do some of the mapping when we get back from lunch.